Hey gang, Sean here. Wanted to come and just do a video to kind of share an update where things are at for Trinity Student Ministries. It's been kind of a long, I guess 3 months now, at least, of doing things differently. And again, just want to thank all of you for staying engaged and being a part of all these changes and just working through that and being patient and being a part of that process. Um, it was crazy, but we made the best of it. Doing this video because we're now in another moment where we need to really just continue to make the best of it. As you know, things have just been changing a lot as we go through this process with COVID-19, and we learn more and we get more guidelines and regulations, and things just keep changing. And we've been in a season where there's been a lot of hope, where New Hampshire has been reopening, but maybe you have seen where there was this excitement to reopen, but then later that was sort of quelled a little bit when we got the guidelines and the restrictions and the things that that would mean and what it would look like. Maybe you had the experience of signing up for camp, and we learned that camps were going to be open this summer camps, and so the camps were probably emailing and saying we're really excited, we get to open, we get to do it. But then later they get the guidelines and realize, man, this is just too hard for us to really pull off. There's too many guidelines. It's just too hard to have a good experience. So some places had to decide later on, after getting guidelines, that they were not going to have summer camp. So sadly, as a church, we're in this spot now too, where we were really hoping that as New Hampshire was reopening and allowing all these things, that as student ministry we could start to meet in person. Unfortunately, the guidelines really aren't leaving us room for that. And this week we came to kind of, as we've been working through it and going through it and talking to various people, we realized this week that that was going to have to be the decision, that we still can't do in-person gatherings as a student ministry. So we can't have youth group, can't have Bible studies together, in person. So I cannot start planning youth ministry events like I had hoped to do this summer for you guys. Um, so that's the sad news. That's the negative, and I want to just jump into the positive, okay? Because the positive is that it does not mean that we can't do anything, right? It means that we can't yet have youth group back. We can't yet do in-person things. I can't schedule and plan events for you guys in person, and I am eagerly looking forward to when we can and when we can take a in part of that and be together doing that. But there's still, we can make the most of it, right? We've been making the most of it. We can keep doing that. Here's what I plan to do. I plan to still keep up with you guys, spending time with you relationally. That might mean playing video games with some of you guys, as we've been doing. Coming, stopping by your house to say hi. Maybe just sitting in the backyard, hanging out for a while. Just figuring out some things that we can do. Just me spending time with you guys. And I know lots of you students have already been starting to hang out with your friends from youth group and do stuff, maybe even with your small groups. And you've just kind of been organizing on your own and doing those things. And so we greatly encourage that. Just because I can't run and do youth group events doesn't mean that you can't still spend time with your youth group friends and even your youth group leaders. And I know, like, some of the high school guys went to play frisbee and some of the girls went to get ice cream. And if you are comfortable with that, and if your parents are giving you permission and everyone's being safe and cautious with those things, then yeah, obviously that's up to you. That's your personal time. So what we can do is we can still be committed to each other. We can still be committed to building our relationships with each other and building the community and sort of family thing that we have here in student ministries. And that doesn't have to go away because we can't plan events and do official kind of youth group stuff. So if you're doing that, if you're hanging out with your friends, if you've been connecting with your leaders, still do that, please. Do that as much as you can and keep that building and going until we can finally get back together, and it'll just be even more awesome to be back together. Now, so I plan to try and keep up with you guys as best I can and spend some time with you, video games, hanging out, whatever that might look like. I might try to figure out, maybe there's some devotionals I can put together that we can do together. So there's a little something that we can, feel like we're doing together. Maybe we'll come up with some more challenges like the lip sync battles or different things, and we can share with that online. If you guys would like to, we'd still be happy to maybe put some game nights together, Jackbox games or things like that online, maybe on a rainy day when you're stuck inside, and things like that. I will say for now, we're taking a break from what we've been doing, and I'm not going to pick up YouTube or the Zoom meetings and that stuff. That was it. It was the best we could do, and we had a lot of fun with that in some ways. But it's summer now, and I think we need a little bit of a break from that. So we're not going to continue that. We're just going to see what we can do with what we have now, make the best of it. And I'll be doing those things. If you've been hanging out, hang out together. So yeah, we're not going away for the summer. We're not like abandoning you guys, but it's going to look a lot different than we're used to. The last few months already looked a lot different. It's going to look different again. But we'll be in touch, and we hope that we can still have a great summer and a fun summer. I hope you guys stay safe and you keep pursuing Christ during this time for sure. And we'll be connecting with you, send out some more emails, things on social media, let you know some ideas we have. I think I have one or two things up my sleeve that we might actually be able to pull off to actually have kind of an event, but we'll have to keep you posted on that. But the news that I just wanted to share with you this way is that with the guidelines for phase 2 of reopening in New Hampshire, we still can't meet in person. We were really hoping to, and we were getting excited about that, but sadly we have to say that we can't do that yet. We don't know when that will change, when that will end. We're just kind of be in prayer for that. And for now, we're going to make the most of it. So doesn't mean you can't still be building relationships and growing closer to each other and to Christ and finding ways to do that. And we encourage that greatly and hope you can stay connected in that way. And I will keep reaching out, and I will keep thinking and processing, and maybe have some ideas for us to have some things we feel like we're doing together. We're not going to abandon you. We're still going to be here. Still make the best of this. We love you guys. We miss you, and we're excited for when we finally can meet together, but sadly it's not yet. So hope you have a great day, wherever day you're watching this and what time it is, and